The woman you can see on the screen is Dr. SHIMITE Love. She has gone to be with the Lord under very, very sad circumstances. Let's talk about it. I pray her family finds comfort and may her soul rest in peace. The story about her passing is very, I don't even know the right words to express it, but it's not what is unheard of. You know, a lot of times when we're talking about domestic violence, vulnerable women, we're always looking towards the direction of one Mama Amaka by the roadside, forgetting that a lot of well-to-do women are actually victims of, do you understand, diving. That's your strong auntie that you are going to meet for counsel, for advice, for this, for everything. The person who is always putting everybody together, that may actually be the person who is going through a lot. Do you understand? That may actually be the person who is going through a lot, because how would anybody have imagined that such a woman, she was a commissioner in Delta State, a high-ranking woman, like she's not poor by any means, will be going through physical and emotional, issues with her partner. From the stories I've been seeing, I don't know. Is it that she has been married for 1 year? That the information I'm seeing is quite sketchy. But yeah, a few things I just want to say for those of us who are still on this side of the earth. You know, I put something on my Instagram. I don't know where you're going to be watching this, if it's Instagram or TikTok or wherever. That life does not have duplicates. You know, there's no second one that you kept somewhere that you say, if this one goes, I have another one to go and pick somewhere. Life does not have duplicates. So when we're dealing with people, when we're dealing with issues, let's always have that at the back of our mind. And you'll be wondering, what does that have to do with the circumstances of Madam that just passed? From what they said she was having an argument with her husband about properties that he had put in his own name. I saw it in one of these newspapers. I think I'll put it somewhere here. Please, if I can't finish this on Instagram, please go to my YouTube channel, Topisco TV. The full video will be there. So she was having arguments like he had changed the documentation to his name, or she was just asking him questions about her properties. That's what caused the wahala. And according to the newspaper, the house help, the woman's house help, was the one who raised the alarm that he poisoned her. Which I have a lot of questions, but let's leave all of that for now. When I say life has no duplicates, when you observe that someone has betrayed you, someone is having an affair, someone has done like something that's really, really hurts you, or let me put it this way, when you realize that you are dealing with snakes, right? Stop trying to understand the snake. Yes, I know that, like in her case, she must have been like, oh, she has worked hard for those properties. How will he just come from nowhere and go with them? It can be painful. But when you realize that you are dealing with snakes, the first thing you want to do is to remove yourself, do you understand, from the vicinity of where the snakes are. because like I said, life has no duplicates. There's no second life. It's just one. We all are given one life, right? And so we have to make do of this one life that we are given, because once you cross to the other side, except maybe there's a miracle or something, you can't get back like this life, this that we are breathing away, you can't get it back. So once you realize that you are dealing with a snake, remove yourself from that environment. Protect yourself first. If you need to go abroad, go abroad. If you need to just go far from wherever the snakes are, leave them alone first of all, so that you go and gather yourself before you now know the next step to take. Because whenever you discover that you are in the midst of snakes, you are first of all in a vulnerable position, because the snake is in their habitats. They've already built a system and a structure around whatever game they are playing. So if you want to play at their level at the moment when you are just discovering that you are dealing with snakes, you are in a vulnerable position. You are hot, you are not thinking clearly. So, and when you are not thinking clearly, when you are in a state of anger, when you are angry, when you are upset, you give the snake a upper hand. Please like this video, guys. You give the snake a upper hand. So first of all, remove yourself from where a snake has built their territory, okay, so that you can come up with your next move. Do we understand each other? Because if you go and be fighting a snake where they are the chairmen, chair ladies, chair whatever, you can't win that game. Especially when you are hot, you don't know what arsenals they have, you don't know who they are working with, like you have no idea. You are just discovering a part of their skin. So you need to calm down. You need to be patient, because even when you discover their skin, some of the people that you may think are your people, they are really not your people. So if you rush in that state, you're going to make a lot of mistakes. You need to be calm. You need to be in a state of calmness, okay, so that you can make the right choices. And you see, in circumstances like this, once you allow emotions get the better part of you, they've won. They've won. So you can't let, the first thing is you need to protect your life first before you now even start thinking of, do you understand, how to deal with whatever issues are on ground. Your life is the most important thing. Any property, anything, you can always make it. You can always buy that property again, because the snake does not have the capacity to generate whatever property that you bought. Do you understand? If you remember the case of Bimbo and the late Bimbo and her husband, where what led to her demise was that she was saying the man has to settle her before she will go, before she will leave him, based on all that she had invested in the relationship and all of that. That's how she set herself on fire, because she had a legitimate claim, quite all right. But you see, where did it end? She lost her life. So when you are dealing with snakes, that's not the time to want to understand the snake. How do you understand the snake? Stop trying to understand the snake. A snake by its nature is created to be a snake. So the fact that you are just discovering that they are snakes, stop trying to understand. Stop trying to reason with a snake. A snake, you can't, I don't even know how to express myself. You cannot reason with a snake. What questions do you want to ask? So you want to ask why? Why did you do that? Oh, I'm disappointed in you. That one is your own though. The snake, you do you think that getting the answer is You want to now be asking, you want to be quarreling with a cold-blooded animal. There's no point though. Well, do you understand? There's actually no point quarreling or trying to get answers from a cold-blooded animal. They don't have any answer to. That's their nature. That's who they are. It's just unfortunate that you are not sensitive to quickly understand the game that they were playing. And when you discover that they were playing a game, you allowed your emotions. Do you understand? You allowed your emotions to take the better part of you. You get? So, may Chief Shimite's soul rest in peace. May her soul rest in peace, but it's a lesson for all of us. If you discover whether it's husband, sister, anybody, friend, they've done something to betray you, don't wait for the second time. Because a lot of times we are trying to give people the benefit of doubt, or maybe they did not know what they knew exactly what they were doing. They knew exactly what they were doing. Okay, so you, because maybe you have a plain mind, or you don't, you that's not how you see the world. The fact that you don't see the world that way doesn't mean it's not like that. You get me? Long and short, a lot of women, once you discover there's a foul play, or somebody's beginning to ask too many questions, or becoming entitled over what is yours, there's no need to quarrel. There's no quarrel about it. You understand? Protect yourself. Life does not have duplicates. You understand? A living dog is better than a dead lion. If you were the one that works for that property, there's abundance in the world. God will restore it. Let them, even, do you understand? Leave the, because from what I was reading, they said the man poisoned her, locked her up with her daughter, you know, and he now calls the police. According to the report I was seeing, that he called the police to report the death of his wife, so that the wife's family will not retaliate. It is well. It is well. I don't have anything much to say, because whatever you do, don't let anybody kill you. Whatever you do, stay alive. Stay alive. Stay alive. Anything you want to do, always ask God that God separates me from evil family, evil friends, unfriendly people, snakes. Help me, because sometimes it's your weakest points. Do you understand? They are your weakest point. What they call it Achilles heel. Anyway, I'm just going to end this video here. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.